What's up, YouTube? This is your host, Chubarazzi, featuring Amo the Ruler. You know what it is. And I'm back with another video. Man, I said I'm back with another video. You know what it is, and in this video, we're gonna be talking about numbers. Specifically, we're gonna be talking about divisors of real numbers. More specifically, not even the whole spectrum of real numbers. We're gonna be focusing on a subset of the whole numbers. You know what I mean? We're gonna be talking about integers, and not all integers though. We're gonna be talking about a subset of the integers. We're gonna be talking about positive integers. You know what I mean? That means natural numbers. So if you are still here with me right now, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And what we're gonna be doing in here, we're gonna be talking about divisors. You know what it is. We're gonna get into it right now. So what is a divisor first and foremost? So basically, as far as mathematics is concerned, a divisor is any number that divides a given number. You know, that if that explanation sounds a little bit tautological, that's because it is. And a simpler one is to say that a divisor is any number that actually goes into a given number without having a remainder. You know, that means the remainder is literally zero. You know, that makes it a divisor. So what we're gonna talk about in this video, like the title says, we're gonna talk about divisors. If you are not part of the fam, make sure you hit the like and subscribe and become part of the fam. And what we're gonna do in this, we're gonna count how many divisors a number has. You know what I mean? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna count how many divisors does a given number. So if you give me something like 2, for example, 2 has only 2 divisors. He has 1 and 2. Those are the only 2 divisors of 2. That means only 1 and 2 goes into 2, you know. And if you give me 3 also has only 2 divisors. 2, just as 2, you know. That means 1 and 3. If you give me something like 4 has 3 divisors, you know what I mean? So let's get into this. So this is what it does. So off the top, so you gotta give me a number. It's got to be a valid number because this is TypeScript. We're working with TypeScript. If you ain't typing TypeScript, get out of our fucking way. You just missed the train. And the train never stops for nobody. The train is what? The train is moving in here. So the first thing what we are returning here is the number of divisors. Initially it's initiated to 0, and what we do here, this algorithm first of all runs in order of square root n. You know what I mean? Order of square root n. So it's a little bit better than linear time, you know. Anything better than linear time as far as algorithm is concerned, it's a fucking good algorithm, you know. So this is a brilliant algorithm because it's running in less than linear time. So let's get into it. So what do we do over here? The reason I said earlier on this is less than linear time is because this is square root time. So another way of writing this over here is to say something like you know, you can use the library and say math that square root the square root of this number over here. So that is the same thing. So you can either write it as I had it earlier, or you can write it like this. But this is a little bit mathematically expensive as far as algorithms is concerned. So you don't want to have to compute this in every single iteration. What's better is you keep it this way. You know what I mean? So once you have it this way, you are guaranteed you are running in less than linear time. And what we do over here, we check if any if the result is actually of course, like you wouldn't really have zero. You wouldn't really have n divided by zero. I mean, n divided by zero is never gonna be zero if the initial is zero. This is infinite. It's not allowed in mathematics. You can't divide a number by zero. But then in this case, this condition will break, but this one here will hold, and then you'll iterate to the next one and become 1. You know what I mean? Once you become 1, you'll count and count, and you'll have the end of it. The reason why we have this if condition over here is because it might happen that that number is actually a perfect square, and if that number is a perfect square, we're not checking for perfect squares over here. You know what I mean? So a perfect square, that means, you know, number is like something like 9 or 25 or, you know, 36 or something like that. So we don't really do that here. That's why we have this condition over here. And if that number is a perfect square, we don't count a repeated divisor twice. So if you give me a number 25, I'm not gonna count 5 twice. You know, 25 is divided by 5 times, so I'm not gonna count 5 twice. I'm only gonna count it once. That's why we have a number over here, and the rest applies for all the perfect squares. And at the end of it, we give you the result after getting the count. You know what I mean? Make sure you hit the like and subscribe if you are still here right now. This content is made for you. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video, which is what we are gonna be talking about. CF algorithm. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about how you can get yourself an array of numbers. You know what I mean? So this CF over here is gonna return me, you know, an array of booleans from 2 up to a given number, and basically at every index is gonna tell me if that number is a string. I mean, number can never be a string. A number is a number. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. So at the end of it, I'm gonna tell you at every index that this given index is a prime number or not, and that runs in square root time, and that is next video's topic. Make sure you like and subscribe so you are tuned to the next one. Let's get into it. Next.